Bucks, birds. Let's get into it. Hey, tell me something. Do the Bucks own the birds? No. Come on. What we doing? Again, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Let the guys decide. Go. Big John Davis. Big John Davis. Big John Davis. Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh! Big John Davis. Big John Davis. Hey, Rob, never a doubt.
Somebody block this nigga Rob.
Welcome in and welcome back to the Down South Philly show. How we feeling today, man? We coming off one of them wins, man. That took, as you can see, it was a lot of emotions going into that one. Wasn't really expecting that outcome after everything that went on in the first half, from having negative one passing yards, not being able to get the running game going, couldn't stop the run. The one bright spot that we had in the first half was the fact that we was able to hold them to field goals. And quiet as it's kept, Stafford could have cost him that game, I think. I think it was about 5 or 6 throws that if he makes those throws in the clutch, we never even have a chance to get a lead, and ultimately keep the lead in the second half. So that's neither here nor there. We win the game. Um, just had some final thoughts on that, because just looking back at that 19-point comeback, we were down to the Rams 26-7 at one point in that game, and then it's nowhere to go but up, right? So we could have folded, we didn't. Hurts led the charge. As I mentioned in the first half, the defense tightened up just enough to hold them to field goals, just long enough for us to wake up and realize that, hey, we got A.J. Brown, we got Smitty, we got Goddard, we got Hurts. So once we woke up and realized who we were able to prevail. And that's all that matters, is 3-0, baby. But today, of course, we got to turn the page, because we got a nemesis of sorts coming to town. So I asked the question before the intro: do the Tampa Bay Bucks own the Philadelphia Eagles? Because it just seems like, for whatever reason, they have our number. I would argue that most of the time they catch us injured, on our top guys, if not multiple top guys out. And then when they catch us slipping, they catch us slipping. They don't just beat us; they beat the dog draws off us. So um, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, obviously led by head coach Todd Bowles, um, did win the Super Bowl when they had Tom Brady. And the defense is Todd Bowles is a defensive coach, so he always gonna have his defense buttoned up. And the offensive unit, can't talk tonight. The offensive unit is led by none other than Baker Mayfield. So old shake and bake, former number 1 overall pick by the Browns, got shipped off to the Panthers for a spell. Did a year, not even a year. He did a half a season with the Rams, and then ultimately he lands with the Bucks, gets a second contract with the Bucks, and resurrected his career. So when we think about Baker Mayfield and the dangers that he brings, obviously he's a mobile quarterback. I wouldn't say dual threat, but definitely as mobile as it gets. Um, can be very dangerous. Now, when they're not hurt, they got an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and they drafted him Buka. So they got some dogs over there, and we're gonna get into it a little later. There you go. There you go. Hey,
Hold
you
on.
already
Can't
go
even see. I need to slide my screen or something. Hold on. Oh, there you go. All right. We
in
in
the
the building.
building. In
We
the
in the building.
building. Hey, before I was just about to get into normally what we expect from the Bucks, but now that you had some time to digest the Rams game, was it any final thoughts before we turn the page on that one? Anything stick out to you?
Final thoughts on the Rams game. Yeah. Um. Final thoughts on the Ram game. That was a crazy game, man. No, I don't. I think was it you? Somebody who calling it the Jordan Davis game? Was it you? I heard say that.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
But
it's
that ain't
somebody.
a bad idea though.
I must have seen it online then. Um, but yeah. So anyway, that game right there kind of really just shows you like, because I was saying in the off season, I was like, man, this stuff got to come together. But I was like, this D line got the potential to be the best D line we done had maybe ever, or at least in the since we had the guys like since we had Sirianni. Let me say that since we had Sirianni, I say that. It got the potential to be the best D line he done had. They just got to live up to it. And that's run stop and pass rush. We gotta tighten up on our backstroke though. We can't be getting ran. We can't be getting ran on like that. We gotta tighten up in the running game. Especially getting ready to go into this Bucks game because if they gonna be down some guys, of course they're gonna try to get the run game going. So we definitely and they gonna try to copy what the Rams did. So we gotta tighten up on our backstroke with that. But um I don't know. It was a hell of a game, man. I feel like I had something to say about it, but I can't remember what it was. I definitely was thinking about it before I got on here. I was like, I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget, and still didn't write it down. But if it comes to me later on, I'll speak on it. But hell of a game, man. Man, we won that game in all three phases. All three phases, man. Offense, defense, special teams. The only thing that got left out was like a little bit of coaching. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Offense, defense, special teams. I know. I feel like a lot of people been making a lot out of the kickoff, which I know that was one of the reasons why we had bad field position. Me personally, now, if it happened again, I'll probably feel some type of way about it. But to me, that was just like a one game thing. It's the reason why the kicker was kicking the ball the way he was kicking it, cause the shit worked. Like if you ain't been down practicing for that, then you correcting it right there in the game probably ain't gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Probably ain't gonna happen. So that's why I wasn't even really tripping on it during the game. After it kept happening, I was like, yeah, that ain't something they really just gonna figure out in game. So I kind of just let that be what it was. We had to go ahead and win in spite of that. So, regardless of that, so and which we did. So, um, I seen like I feel like people making it too much of a big deal. How many times? I mean, I guess other kickers could, I guess, try to implement that same thing. But if you go look at, excuse me, if you go look at their kicker post game, talking post game, he said he been practicing on that. Like if any other teams kickers ain't been, and he seemed like he been practicing on it since like camp. So if other teams kickers ain't been practicing on it, they probably won't even be able to. hit it exactly how, because he was basically hitting it like he wanted to at will every time. So,
Knuckleballs.
um, yeah, so um, we may see it again, but like I said, I think that was just a combination of the Rams just trying to do everything they could. They're like, all right, we're gonna use these knuckleballs to pin them deep. We just need, coverage team. We need y'all to get down there. The kicker gonna do his job. We gonna scheme up these runs. We know gonna work on their D line because every time they line up like this, and on this down the distance, they line up like this. So we're gonna have this ready for them in the run game. Like, bro, they went in their bag and did everything they could to beat the Eagles, and it was working until it wasn't. Like, man, that gotta be crazy. Like from a coaching step, because I've been saying they've been talking about since we beat them in the playoffs, like how much they wanted some get back, basically. And then camp started. So for them to do everything they could, put all their focus into it, still come up short, and in the fashion that they did, a comeback victory, man, boys might not never be the same. But nah, that's pretty much all I got. Though I got for it though, man. It was a huge learning lesson. Hopefully the coach and staff and the players, because offensively, especially offensively, hopefully they took something from that we gonna start implementing moving forward. I know Hurts gonna get with the coaches gonna get with the offense, and I mean, we already know this. They know it, but some stuff gotta change. We got to be a little bit more aggressive. We got to get the wide receivers the ball. We in a situation where, because we always talk about my three things: success to the game is get the run game going, feed the tight end, feed that third wide receiver. But one thing we got to kind of recognize is we got to kind of pivot at times as well. And what I mean by that is when I say get the run game going, you might can't just get the run game going right away. You might a lot of times we open up the pass game by getting Saquon going. Right now it's looking like we're gonna have to get the pass game going to open up Saquon. So we got to come out and make them, because they always say what run the if if they in two high safeties, you got somebody like Saquon, hey, they say you got to run them up out of that, make them bring somebody in the box. Right now we gotta throw them up out of the coverage that they in, trying to stop Saquon and then run the ball. So we just had to make some adjustments, man. I'm sure they're starting to see it on film as we get more games under our belt and more stuff to go back on and fix and see our tendencies, other teams' tendency. It ain't no doubt in my mind, man. We'll get everything fixed that need to be fixed along this journey, and we kind of playing the teams that we need to play to become the team that we want to come to get to where we want to go. Like all these teams we playing now, how these games going, I ain't gonna do nothing but sharpen us up for the playoffs. All the coaches got to do is do their jobs and make the corrections, and the players got to execute it, and we'll be all right. That's all I got for that Rams game.
Yeah, you're right about that. And to some of your points, like for one, it was clear that they had a game plan on every side of the ball,
Mm-hmm.
specifically for us and what we do well in the stoppage. So when you talk about the kicking game, they've been working on this stuff all off season for us because they ain't been kicking them. Obviously, they ain't been kicking the ball like that the first 2-3 weeks of the season.
Oh, we would have
Uh,
been practice. We would have been
yeah,
noticed.
obviously they ain't had a run scheme that they had against us in the first 2 games of the season. So they had like specific, and you do this anyway. You have a game plan for each team, but I think it went beyond that. This felt personal. This felt like they wanted to embarrass us. And like you said, it was working for the whole first half. The only thing that they didn't account for was Hurts. So they didn't account for the fact that one, Hurts could bring us back if they plan did work, and two, they left a lot of meat, too much meat on the bone in the first half. So if they had scored touchdowns in place of those field goals that they started scoring, perhaps it would have been too big of a hole for us to climb out of. We'll never know. But I think whenever you going up against a team with the type of firepower that the Eagles have, you got to put them away early. And we say it every week. Get what you can get in the first half because we tightening up in the second half. And if you left the door open, we coming in. So um from that regard, I think they with them not finishing the job early on or finishing us off in the first half, combined with the fact that Stafford missed 6 throws in that game that probably could have put the game out of reach too. So you got to
Hmm.
be on your P's and Q's when you playing the champs. And it ain't gonna be no easy win. It may be everybody's Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, we're not about to lay down to let you get a win over us. And I think a win like this has the power to propel a team just to now they got a different level of belief, right? So it's kind of like the Chiefs before we beat the dog draws off of them in the Super Bowl. It's like you felt like you got to put them away because 10 points ain't enough. 17 points might not be enough because Patty over there. I feel like we starting to get like that now. That this was like the first game in that series that's gonna put us on that level because it's still people that doubt Hurts. It's still people that's gonna doubt this offense until we prove it. So we just got to go out there and prove it. Um, Incredibly proud of this team and everything that they did this Sunday. Even that's what you call snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Because to go out there, not only dig ourselves out a 19-point hole, defense bowled their necks in the second half and didn't give up, but what 7? They only gave up 7 points in the second half, which was crucial. To Jalen Carter blocking the first kick was crucial because that kept the score where it was. And you already know what Jordan Davis did. He just basically sealed the deal for us and then put a little cherry on top. That's how you know it was also personal for us. Because any other time, they would have just jumped on it. We ain't even no team that run the score up on people. So for us to pick up that when the clock hit triple zeros and go shove it down their throat, that was just a little bit back at you. But yeah, it was personal from both sides just because they made it personal. Really, we weren't tripping. But they've been talking all off season and it felt good. It felt good to to, to snatch that. That felt like how when you in basketball and it's game one, you on the away floor. That's how you steal a game right there. That's what it felt
Hmm.
like. We stole a game right there, game one. So um let's see if we can build upon that. But yeah, I know I had a little bit of something to talk about before we close the chapter, but it's a new week. We got the Bucks, man.
And before you move on to the Bucks, just to put a cherry on everything we both just said, and the great words of DP. Maybe bugs on some of you mugs, but it ain't no bugs on me. Huh?
Ain't no.
Hey, look. Hey, they had a hell of a game plan. And it would have worked if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Verse somewhere pouting right now.
Man, what?
He probably doing some push-ups with Jordan Davis picture on the wall.
Man, cause Jalen Carter got his chain out, man. My chain, my chain. Don't you like my chain, man?
But nah. So switching gears a little bit, obviously what everybody came to see. We here to talk about these Bucks, man. So this a pesky bunch, especially for us. I would say ever since Hurts been the quarterback of the Eagles, the Bucks kind of been a thorn in our side. So, early on when Hurts was first getting his legs up under him as a starting quarterback, this was when they had Tom Brady. And Tom Brady's Bucks was a different bunch. Obviously, they've always been known for defense, even way back to the 2000s. But under Todd Bowles, this has been one of those teams that you got to pack your lunch because when you face them, you already know they're gonna blitz you, and they're gonna blitz you all night long if you can't beat it. So it feels like we play them so much they kind of feel like an extension of the division. We play them if not every year, every other year. The only difference between them and the Rams is they seem to get the better of us. But we could also argue that whenever they face us, they never really face us at full strength. Um, I think we only beat them like maybe one time out of this whole series since we've been, with this regime right here. I think we only beat them one time. So in their eyes, they probably feel like they own the Eagles. So it's our job to go out here and, they actually coming in a little hurt. So we got the news that Evans gonna be out for a few weeks. That's huge for us because we want to hide Adoree Jackson as much as possible, but he might not even play. So it's reports that came out that say not only Adoree Jackson, but Bennett is a little bruised up, banged up too. They day to day. We don't know about them, but we know for sure that Evans won't be there. Godwin, he was still out with the ankle. They're saying that it's a strong possibility that he could play. But I mean, even if he does, he just not coming back. I won't be too worried about that just because this is his real first time of action. So we know what a healthy Godwin to do to us, but he not I wouldn't consider him like a full healthy Godwin with him just coming back from injury. So who does that leave? They got the rook that they just drafted, Emeka Ibuka.
Man, let me tell you, hey, that's a bad boy right there.
That's a bad
Hey,
man.
let me tell you, it's a bad man.
So you got Ibuka who they just drafted. He actually been getting off. He been looking pretty good.
That's what I'm
Uh
telling you. That's a
yeah,
bad man right there.
yeah. So and then they got Sterling Shepard, which we are very familiar with the Giants.
Yeah,
He had flashes with New York, but we can't really grade anybody at this point when they play for New York because evidently their career don't start until they get out of New York.
right.
so so we got to see what he got in the tank. The other names like a Miller, I forget the other ones, but none bigger than Mike Evans. I think that's gonna be a huge blow to him. But ultimately, it's gonna be up to shake and bake, right? So he, former number one pick, drafted by the Browns, had some ups and downs with the Browns. Took him to the playoffs maybe once, then got shipped out of there just because the Browns one of them places where quarterbacks go to die. So he get traded to Carolina, and then halfway through the season get traded to the Rams and ultimately end up with the Bucs. And it seems like he kind of got his second win with the Bucs. This is kind of where he got his feet up under him. Landed in a good spot with two, premier wide receivers on the outside and Evans and Godwin. They tend to always have a good offensive line and running game there with a stellar defense. So I would say that was a great landing spot for him. He was able to kind of reinvent his career. Considered a top 10 quarterback by some, top 5 by others. But he dangerous. He a mobile quarterback. He can hurt you, but he also will give you the ball. But I guess you can kind of say that about most quarterbacks in this league. Uh, even the ones that are dangerous have their flaws. I think when we think about his flaws, he can be a little too reckless with the ball. He might be a little bit of a gunslinger at times. But give me your thoughts on this offense in particular.
Yeah. He reckless all the way around. He reckless with the ball. He reckless with his body because he'll put his body on the line for
That's
first
true.
down, touchdown, any of that. I like Baker Mayfield, man. To me, Baker Mayfield. Of course, we got Jalen Hurts, but to me, Baker Mayfield is like the type of quarterback that probably could play in Philly. Baker
Mhm.
Mayfield could be like a quarterback in Philly. Um, I like his game. Like you said, he didn't got his second win going on over there with the Bucks. And he really getting to show, his true colors or whatever. His true talent. It's a lot of teams probably out here wishing they had a guy Baker when he was coming out there, leaving the rounds or whatever. But anyway, like you said, about them being a pesky bunch. This is a team that you got to put away, man. Regardless of the injuries and stuff like that, they've still been finding ways to win. In that regard, they kind of like us. They gonna scrap and claw, and regardless of whoever they got out there, they gonna try to get that win in. And And if you allow them to stay around, they're gonna go ahead and take it. Especially the way Baker Mayfield played the game. Yes, Evans is out, but man, Ibuka looking like the real deal. And I seen a couple of his highlights, and I just seen the end of that game the other day, and I was like, dang, buddy,
Mhm.
good. Like he was just at the end of that game, he made like 2, 3 circus catches. I was like, dang, and that kind of goes to what I was saying about Malik Neighbors. I think my deal with Malik Neighbors is I think I just ain't watched him enough. Like I only seen like a game or two or whatever, and then like when I watched that game, it ain't that he ain't do nothing. It's just like I don't know. Like sometimes I'm watching somebody stand out, and I'm like, oh yeah. Like I ain't felt like that about Neighbors yet, but I've seen like quarter of Ibuka, and I'm like, oh shoot, hey, we got to worry about. Hey, we got to worry about him. We got to
Mhm.
worry about him. I'm talking about he could catch anything. Whew. So with Evans being out, we still got to worry about him. And like DP was saying, we trying to hide what's his name? Who you was
Adore
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, we trying to always trying to hide Adoree Jackson, but with him being out, that him and Bennett possibly being out, that leaves Ringo. Hell, we trying to hire him too. So whatever game plan we was gonna have to hide Adoree, we needed for Ringo, even more than Adoree. Um, so man, look, Ringo, we just need you to come out here for one game. Somebody gonna be back, Bennett or Adoree gonna be back for that Broncos game. But we need you to come out here one game and play the game of your life, and you will be the man in Philly.
Mhm.
This will turn everything around about how they feel about you in Philly. You come out there and ball out, especially against the Bucks. Hey, you probably won't hear nothing else crazy unless you do something stupid later on during the year. But if you kind of just coast through the rest of the year, hey, you'll be the man in Philly. They gonna always remember that Ringo game in Tampa, and they gonna be calling for you next time Adoree get cooked.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna put you in, but they gonna be calling for you, and then they gonna remember you for the Bucks game. So but yeah, we just need Ringo to go in there. Hey, hold your own. You ain't gotta go in there and be doggone what's my dog name from the Broncos.
Pat
Yeah,
Pat
you ain't gotta
Surtain.
go in there and be Pat Surtain, but hey, you need to go in there and hold your own. Um, but yeah, so from that standpoint, they got a good run game. What's Bucky Irvin?
They got Bucky Irvin
Oh
and
yeah,
Ricard.
we can't let them get off. We can't let them boys get off. We can't allow them to get their run game going. Like I said earlier when I was talking about their Rams game, we got to tighten up on our backstroke. We can't let them get the run game going, especially with them being down wide receivers. They're gonna try to run the ball, so we can't allow that run game to get going because then Shake and Bake gonna start play action and all that stuff he like to do. And we have to account for Baker Mayfield's legs. Now he ain't gonna be out there just taking off all the time like Lamar Jackson, but when he see the opportunity available, he gonna take off, kind of like how we seen Patrick Mahomes doing. So whatever game plan we would correct and implement from that Kansas City game. We need to keep that in mind with Baker Mayfield because he will use his legs as well to keep drives going. So especially when it start getting like third down, we need to pay attention for that. And then on the other side of the ball, offensively, we got to just build on what we started doing at the end of that Rams game, man. We got to build on that start. Like I said, we got to pretty much throw the ball to get the run game going. We got to throw the run game. So they gonna come in there. They seen is what we done up until this point. So in their mind, they thinking like, man, they gonna come in here. They ain't gonna do too much in the passing game. Maybe the first drive or something like that. Other than that, we probably can stall them out in the pass game. All we got to do is stop Saquon. We can't even come out there with that mentality. We got to come out there just letting the ball go off the rip. We got to make them, dang, we got to go out here and cover AJ, Smitty, whoever got it. They cooking us. And as soon as they go into that, we got to start feeding Saquon. So we got to make them try to pick their poison. And then when they pick that, we got to show them that they chose wrong. What you gonna start the pass game? Oh, we got the run game going. Oh, nah, we got this going. So we got to go out there and make it a point to get the wide receivers involved early. We can't allow, last time we went in there, we made a lot of mistakes early and kind of just Couldn't get right. We couldn't get right after that. We was allowing them to get off on defense, offense. We turning the ball over. They was cashing in too. So we can't go out there and make no mistakes. Like you said, it kind of feel like they got our number a little bit, but it's always been a situation where we've been a little bit banged up. Oh, that's Bagel Dom. I'm rooting against you. We've been a little bit banged up. Go Bucks. But yeah, so we've been a little bit banged up every time we went out there, and we just gonna have to. I think this game they banged up, we banged up. Whoever, and we in a situation now, just like we beat the Rams, and we like, all right, it's official. We own the Rams. This is like they beat us this game. They can say the same. All right, it's official. We own the Eagles because for them to be banged up, us be a little bit banged up. They come and win this game, regardless of them being at home. Yeah, they can say what they want to say. We on the Eagles. There ain't nothing we can say about it. But yeah, and then Hurts also he the type of guy like just listen to how he talk about other like certain coaches and coordinators and stuff like that. He be keeping a record of like, bro, I done beat this player, this coach, or whoever this many times, or I know he know his record against the Bucks or whatever. So and I know he want to correct what they did last week. So I think we're gonna go in there and win the game. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough, gritty game, man. We're gonna have to we're gonna go in there and have to put our foot down, act like act like we in Philly, man. This is a home game for us. We got to go in there, act like the weather cannot be a problem. I know they talking about leaving early, getting there Friday. That ain't really. One day extra of the heat you gonna play in, or 2 days extra, I guess. Before you get in the heat, you gonna play in on Sunday. It probably ain't gonna do too much. We just got to go in there one game. Go one. We trying to go 1-0 every week. This our one for this week, man. We gonna go. We gonna be 4-0 when we get out this thing.
Yeah, man. Like you said, last year they got on us early, and every time we made a mistake, they made us pay for it. You know, that's something that the Rams didn't do. They could have did the same thing that the Bucks did last year, but the difference between them, the Bucks was cashing in every time they either made us punt or
Yeah.
turn or whatever. They cashed in with points. So
Hmm.
that's a big deal. This team can get on you easy and it'd be 21 before you can blink your eyes. So
That's what happened last time. They got
yeah.
it. They put 21 up on us quick. Dang.
Uh-huh. Skunk. Got us quitting the game, but nah. We already kind of talked about what they can do offensively, but uh, what you think about this defense and led by Ty Bowles?
And as far as them defensively, oh, I'm glad you said that. This is so I already. I mean, like you said, we familiar with them because we got our division where we playing the Cowboys, the Washington, and the Giants. But then we got our other division opponents that we play dang near every year, like we played the division guys. These the
Mhm.
the Bucks, the Rams,
Green
the
Bay.
Vikings, and Green Bay. There's like our other four teams that we play all the
Mhm.
time. And you could kind of sprinkle a little KC in there. But they familiar with us, we familiar with them. It's gonna be interesting to see how Jalen go out here, because I know they're gonna be blitzing. Bo's gonna be trying to disguise some stuff. I think the key to to me, I feel like just off the top, I haven't went back and watched any games, but kind of like replaying some of the games in my head. Every time we play the Bucks, what's my boy name? Levante, is that the linebacker name?
Levante David.
Levante David. Every time we play them, Levante David be all over Hurts ass. Every time. Like pass game, run game, it's like all game they call it Levante David name. We got to go in here for real, and we got to go in here in this game, bro. Get Levante David out of the game. Y'all got to put him in the blender. Like you got to put him in situations where it's like we got to go in here and do some RPOs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We need to be going in here where he got to decide. Dang, is Saquon getting the ball? Dang, nah, they just threw it right behind my head. Like we got to go out here and just like like put him in situations where he got to think. And then outside of that, we gotta make sure he accounted for when it's time for the pass. He gonna be blitzing, block him in the pass protection. Um, but I don't know. I feel good about this game against the Bucks though. Even with our cornerbacks being out, I just feel like we gonna go ahead and win this game. I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know how it's gonna play out. We're going 4-0. We're going 4-0.
Yeah, this feel like one of them games. I mean, I haven't been worried about none of the 4 games that we played so far.
Nah, I'll be
Obviously,
out. You know me, I'm worried about every game. I look at every game as
no,
like, damn, we
no,
could
I'm
lose this
saying
week.
I'm saying, yeah, you can get beat any week now. That don't matter the opponent. We can go out here and lose to the Giants if we don't have our head on straight. But I'm saying, like, as far as like being worried about a team, I haven't been worried about a team yet out of the 4 teams that's on our schedule so far. Even though the Bucks seem to have our number, they are coming in a little banged up. But even full strength, I feel like we got with the group of guys that we got. If we decide to go out here and play our brand of football, ain't too many teams in the league that can hold us. The only thing that's holding us back right now is
It's
the
us.
offense. Yeah, yeah, it's the offensive coordinator really. And I don't know how true it is. It's been now that I'm thinking about it in my head, it's probably BS, but I'm hearing a lot of accusations that the second half didn't have nothing to do with KP. Yeah, that they just went ahead and scrapped his playbook and they was basically Hurts drawing plays in the sand and and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously that's never gonna happen. Even if a coordinator ain't calling the best game, I don't really see too much. Oh, I've never heard of an instance where they would just scrap the whole playbook. I think one big thing, just to go back to that game against the Rams, when we put Big Fred in, that helped a whole lot because it
Yeah, for
helped
sure.
it helped fortify the offensive line. Um, and they saying that Lane Johnson just had a stinger, so he might be good. He
What I
might be
said,
good.
I
Yeah.
said that during the game. I said he probably got a stinger.
He might have a stinger, so all things are pointing to him being available for this game because we already know our record without Lane Johnson. But as long as
Let
they
me
don't
tell
put
you something.
Pryor back in, I think we'll be in good shape.
Let me tell you something. There's no way in the world. And I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot about Lane because I really ain't heard nothing about him. But if we go into you know how I was talking about, like, yeah, I ain't worried about it. Look, if we go into this game with no Lane Johnson and Hassan Reddick got there,
Ooh.
we might as well just pack up. Just pack it up. Just pack it up. Cause I don't give a Fred, Bed, Pryor, Maya. They not stopping this dude. Not only is he good, but he going up against a team that didn't pay him.
Yeah, he motivated.
We need Lane.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say it again. If Lane can't go, we need to just call whoever we need to call and tell them we forfeiting the game.
You sound like Rob now.
I don't even want to. Nah, you know what it is? I don't even want to see him happy because he gonna be out there doing Fred and Pride dirty. And I don't want my boy Jalen Hurts to be looking like Purdy in the NFC Championship game.
Nah, facts though. People have forgotten about Hassan Reddick because he been kind of it's been a down couple of years because he been floating around.
And
He
he
has
didn't
some,
even really play last year.
yeah,
Like
he had some contract disputes that kind of kept him off the field, and he never really got a chance to make an impact. But
he played
we
a couple
know,
games last year,
yeah,
and
we know all too well what Hassan Reddick means when he line up across from your offensive tackle. So,
And I say
um,
this too. Not only did he play a couple games last year, you play a couple. You done set out the whole season, then you play a couple games. You ain't expecting nothing out of nobody. I don't care what position you play. Then you get into this season. We only like on going on the fourth game. So I mean, if y'all remember, how Hassan never really get started fast. He started getting
mhm.
off as the season go on. So this is right around the time where he started getting his first couple sacks and stuff like that. So I don't want it to be him getting his sack party starting on the Eagle. I do not want to see no damn thumb down. Why this week? I don't want to see no thumb down, and I don't want to see no damn lawnmowers getting cranked up.
Ah,
And
you
apparently, Vita Vea had some other dang, I meant to go look it up, but apparently he had some other celebration he was doing this past game. I heard Uncle Ocho talking about it on the thing that he was doing something, some kind of celebration. I guess it was that must have been a sack or something he did, but I'm gonna go look it up whenever we get out the live stream.
hey, that's gonna be another key. We gotta pay attention to them three defensively: Vita Vea, Levante David, and Hassan Reddick. So that's what
Man,
we going that our offensive line gonna have their hands full. And outside of that, not only do they got to pay attention to those three, whoever they sending off the edge from the defensive back
yeah, they're gonna be
position,
doing that.
because you know Bo's gonna blitz your nose off if you let them. We just got to be ready with our hot routes. We got to be ready with audibles and kills and protections, because whatever you can expect from a pressure perspective, we getting it this Sunday.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Then I don't know what that is, so I gotta go look it up.
Yeah, that sounds like some YN stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That whole word, I mean, people, people been saying that so much. Right? I just seen some old heads saying it. I'm like, bro, that joint don't even sound right.
but nah, we know this team well, man. It's just another episode in the saga that is the outside inner division, basically, that they in. So we kind of went over the keys to victory a little bit when it came to protection, but give me your keys to victory for stopping this offense in the
Stopping
Buck.
the Bucks.
Yeah.
Keys to victory for stopping the Bucks offense. We gotta get pressure on Bake, and when we get pressure on him, we gotta get him down. You can't allow Baker Mayfield to like be escaping out of the pocket and getting away from sacks. Now it's everybody else probably downfield. Now he picking up yards and first downs and stuff. So we gotta, excuse me, we gotta, and not only for that reason, you don't want him to be able to make a play downfield.
Mhm.
So we gotta get pressure on Baker Mayfield. And of course, like I said, we gotta stop the run game. That's the main two things. If we can get pressure on Baker Mayfield and stop the run game, that's gonna put everything else in our favor. So I really ain't even got to go into too much other detail than that. We know what we need from the back end. Um, especially with us being banged up. But it's gonna this game gonna be on the defensive line. And however Fangio dial up pressure to make Baker Mayfield uncomfortable, and how disciplined we are in the run game. We got to go out here and make it a point to we got to be like how we was last year when we went to that Saints game. Like, bro, we not getting ran on no more. So whatever Fangio said to them last year, or whatever he need to say this year, um, we gotta because we know we got the guys. Stopping the run game is a want to. You
Mhm.
got, you know what I'm saying. You can't go out there and let them boys out physical you whatever. I don't no matter what kind of run scheme they doing, because regardless of what the Rams was doing last year, they was I mean last week they was it was scheme, but they was also blocking their tail off.
It was
Like
executing at a
yeah, they
high
was
level.
executing it, and we was allowing them to execute. If
Mhm.
Carter or any one of them boys would have like raked the play, then it don't matter what the scheme was, whatever. So
Like
we
they
gotta
did in the fourth quarter.
yeah, so we gotta tighten up on that this week, so we can start the run game and get pressure on Bake. Hell, that's the recipe.
Man, yeah. Shout out to Ronald. He says Baker Mayfield is not ready for this defense. I got respect for Baker, but he better put his roller skates on. Shout out to North Philly and go Birds.
Go Birds. And we gotta go. We gotta go out there and be that defense that we know we can be. We can't just be good on paper. We gotta go out there and execute. It's been a lot of stuff that we've been needing to clean up these last 3 weeks. I would like to see that all come together in this game.
Facts. And sometimes it could be like the 23 season where it never come together, and then sometimes it could be like 24 where it come together after the bye. So we never know. It's one of them things where, like you said, we got the horses. It's just about implementing them and them performing when they get the chance. Because the way we looked in the second half of the Rams game, we that was a scary team. Now it took a long time to get there, but once we turned it on all three phases, we looked unstoppable, and ultimately was able to erase a 19-point deficit and snatch that game away from a team who was hot. They was white hot. So hopefully,
Hmm.
like you said, we can kind of come in and pick up where we left off from the end of the Rams game. We got the pieces. Jalen Carter is starting to get his wind about him. Jordan Davis been unstoppable madman since the season started. Um, edge play hadn't really stuck out to me outside of you already know what you're gonna get from Nolan in the
Nolan.
run game.
Hmm.
He a run stopping beast, and he gonna get pressure too. He been getting pressure. A lot of
This
the
ain't
times
yes.
when it came to pressure, we just like right there. So
Every
that's just
time.
that's just like a timing thing. Like all three games that we've had so far, we've been like this close to getting them. So we getting there. We getting there with that. You can see the progression in the pass rush. So I'm not really worried about that. And as far as the back end, yeah, we got some deficiencies back there. It's no lying about that. But as bad as we are on the back end in certain spots, we've only, we ain't really gave up too many points when it mattered in the second half. Like if you gonna get us, you better get us early, cause once it comes to that second half, we tightening up, and all trains are stopping. So um, I love how Fangio's defense kind of tightens up when it comes to like the back end of the second quarter on to the rest of the game. And I love how this defense has responded so far. Give me When we come back from this commercial, I want you to give me your X factor. Give me one for offense and one for defense. But we'll be right back after a word from my sponsor. Introducing Black Diamond Concentrate from Diamond Collection, a premium mineral supplement crafted to elevate your hydration experience. Formulated with no dyes, sweeteners, or artificial flavors, Black Diamond Concentrate is 100% natural. Just 2 dropfuls added to a 16.9-ounce bottle of water can transform the way you hydrate. Order today at poweredbytnb.com and use code DSP at checkout to receive a 20% discount. That's code DSP. All right, let's get back to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we breaking down this Bucks, and it's time to talk about these X factors, man. Give me a one X factor on both sides of the ball for the Birds that if they get off, that's probably gonna mean that we win the game.
All right. This game, I might have to go. This game, in my opinion, in large part, gonna come down to what Jalen do. Um, I think the other games, the last two games, I think I went wide receiver. I think I went Smitty and AJ. With Smitty one week and AJ one other week. This week it's really gonna come down to Jalen because he gonna have to see what they doing in the when they blitzing. Um, what hot routes, whatever. Just being able to get the team in the right calls in the right position. So this game gonna come down to Jalen all the way around the board. Offensively. Um, and that's every game, but this game right here just the way Bowles be playing hurts. And then defensively, I must say Jalen Carter, cause the as much as we want to get pressure on Baker Mayfield, we gonna need pressure coming from the middle. Um, Now I'll take it any way kind of way I can get it, but if we can get consistent pressure up the middle, um, I think that in a large way disrupt everything that they want to do. So I'm gonna go with the Jalen's. I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts and Jalen Carter.
Yeah, man. Them solid. And if you're right, especially from an offensive side of things, like we already know that Bo's gonna come out and throw everything but the kitchen sink, and then push come to shove, he gonna throw that too. Um, so we got to be on our P's and Q's, and for that, I'm gonna say it's the offensive line. I'm gonna give it to all five guys out there because you gonna have to have your head on the swivel on this one because ain't no telling where the pressure coming from, but we know it's coming. And I've even seen them blitz some guys and drop Vita Vea back in coverage that time. So them boys is tricky. And like you said, we don't want them starting that lawnmower. We don't want no thumbs down. So we gonna have to control the line of scrimmage now. That's gonna be easier said than done because these boys are stout up front. But
I'm talking
we got
about Jeff.
yeah, we got one of them. We got one of them ones when it comes to offensive line units. Even though we haven't seen it so far this year, I think a lot of that is just contributed to us being banged up front, especially when it comes to Landon Dickinson. He's one of them. He's probably one of our most dangerous run blockers, if you really think about it. But him being banged up coming into the season has definitely hampered not only the run game but the passing game as well. And I wouldn't have mind him actually sitting out a game or two to start the season, as opposed to what we've seen out of him to start the season. So hopefully, with the days, with the weeks, he get his legs up on him. He gets strength in the back and the knee, and get back, round back in the form. But on offense, I'm gonna give it to the whole offensive line. Defensively, I'm gonna say it's gonna be up to Q, because Q he was able to. This the first time in his career he shadowed a wide receiver, and he looked pretty good doing it too. Devontae, obviously, he got loose for a touchdown, but it wasn't on cue. We was in the zone, and he may or may not have gotten off with a push off. They didn't call it, so at the end of the day, he got him a touchdown on my boy Ed Reed Blankenship. No excuses. But yeah, Q probably will have to shadow Abuka, because we don't want him on whatever we got on the other side. So go ahead and put him on Abuka, and we'll just have to live with, if you make a play against whoever over there with Sterling Shepard in the game, so be it. But it won't be Abuka getting off, because we got us a dog over there in Q. So them my two keys, the offensive line and then Q. Because if we can go ahead and shut down their main weapon offensively, and then neutralize the rush, I think we'll be in a good spot. John, what's good with you? We just in here talking Bucks, man. We excited about this matchup. Who you got as a Niners fan, who you got winning that matchup? But yeah, them would be my two my two X factors in that regard. Did we we kind of did keys to victory? Um, but I can start. I can say something about that one. So for my keys to victory, I would say obviously just like any other week, we got to get the run game going. Now this is not an easy bunch to run the ball on, but if it's anything that you can kind of point to as a weakness when it comes to Hassan Reddick, running at him is probably the best way to attack him. So get him on his heels in the run game and tire him out that way. When it comes to the pass rush, he kind of winded, and you don't have that much to worry about from that side. And like you said, hopefully Lane Johnson plays. But for the sake of argument, let's just assume that we got a healthy lane and we running the ball at Hassan Reddick to take him out of the pass rush altogether. Defensively, like I said, we gotta, with the shadowing of Abuka, now that we don't necessarily have to worry about Evans on the other side abusing whoever that corner would be. I feel a little easier. Obviously, anybody can get off against anybody in this league, but when it comes to a Vic Fangio defense, he don't really have a lot for you to worry about. So just take care, do your job, and make your tackles. Because we tend to play a deep zone. Come up and make your tackles on third down, and we'll be just fine. What's your official keys to victory in this one?
Official keys to victory. It's gonna be some opportunities in this game,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to take advantage of them, all of them. It's gonna be a path to victory in this game. We got to take that path. We can't be out here doing acting like the Ravens, man. Basically, we can't be out here acting like the Ravens. But on the real, offensively, like I said, we got to get the run game going. But it's probably gonna be hard to get the run game going because that's what teams gonna be focusing on. And like DP said, they already got a great group up front. So we gonna have to get the pass game going early. Early. We gotta make them respect it early. If we gotta come out again on the first play or the second play and take a shot, and make them respect that pass game early. We need to dial up something we know that's gonna hit early. Make them respect that pass game. We can't go out here. We got to stay ahead of the chains. No bull jiving going on. We got to definitely protect the ball because we can't give them extra opportunities. But the main thing is, I think if we go out here and throw to open up the run game, and then we can get it and we can start getting in our bag where we running and passing. I think we'll be good offensively. And like I said, you got to go out there and watch out for their defensive line, basically Vita Vea, Hayes, and you got to watch out for Levante David for sure. It seemed like every
We ain't even mentioned
nah, he
Kalijah
hurt.
Kancey.
He,
Oh,
he
okay.
hurt. Yeah,
Okay.
I meant to bring him up when you was talking. I was gonna say we ain't got to worry about Cansey because I think he got hurt like 2 games ago. I
Oh,
think
okay.
hell he might be he either out for a long time or he out for the season. I think, but I think he got hurt like their second game if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Sucks for them.
yeah, so we don't gotta. That's one less person we got to worry about. And they got some offensive linemen that's hurt. They got wide
Mhm.
receivers that hurt. We got to go in here and take advantage of this. If it was any time to take advantage of another team being injured, because I take my wins any kind of way I can get them. So we got to go in here and take advantage of them being injured right now. And defensively, like I said, we got to get pressure on Baker Mayfield and stop the run game. And I think we do that. Everything else that I would like to say about the back end, it'll take care of itself by doing those two things. Um, and
Oh, he
keep
gone
it.
for the season.
Yeah, I told you. I thought so. All right, because I remember when he got injured, I was like, there's one less person that's gonna be playing when they got to play the Eagles. And like I said, I think that was week 2. Um,
Yeah, he tore his pet. He out of
yep,
there.
that's what it was. Yep. So anyway,
Yeah, we don't take care of business on this one. They really do own us.
exactly. So and I would like to go 4-0, give us a good bit of breathing room. Not that I want to start losing games, but it's like if you lose a game or two, it's like you still
Let's
um
stack them. Let's
yeah,
stack them.
you still in a great position because you started the season off 4-0, so now it's gonna be harder for you to get in the hole, and going 4-0 that puts you ahead of a lot of other teams who already lost like a game or two.
Hmm.
So we got to come out this thing 4-0. Like I said, on defense, I mean on offense, we got to keep our eyes on those 3 guys that I named, and the offensive, like everybody got to be on the same page because we know Bo's gonna be bringing the pressure. So Hurts, the wide receivers, offensive line, they got to be on the same page. They got to have some hot rods built in. They got to know what they gonna do in situations when if they go zero, if they blitz in the linebacker, if they blitz in the corner or safety, they got to have answers built in already, and they got to be ready for it. And they got to be on the same page because Hurts got to you got to get the ball to whoever it need to get to, and whoever that person is got to know the ball coming to them. Y'all got to see the same thing.
Mhm.
So if we can do that and start getting on the same page with that, because that team's gonna be doing that all season long. Because really, everybody trying to figure out, dang, what can we do? And as of now, they teams have kind of found a little something there with the zone scheme they've been running against us. And I think I think Kevin Patullo is allowing it to work by the plays that he calling. Like he playing right into their hands, and I think he just yes, the run game got off last year, but we wasn't just trying to run the ball. Like he just like, hey, this run gonna work eventually. Like, yeah, I'm just keep
Right
handing it
up the
off, keep
gut.
handing it off, keep handing it off. Like, bruh. And I seen somebody put a video out earlier. I don't even know if I sent it to you about he put out a video like somebody sent this to the Bucks or whatever. But he was like, every time it's a run play, Saquon doing this. You seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I sent it to you then. But it's like it's like a video little thing of Saquon. Every time it's a run play, he looking straight ahead, not moving. Every time it's a pass play, he looking like who he gonna block or whatever. And like
Dang.
he's showing like multiple players like, look, say every time it's a run play, look what he doing. Every time it's a pass play, look what he doing. So hopefully they got the Saquon. but but yeah, so we just gotta be aware of all that stuff, man. I'm sure somebody is sending it to the Bucks. Hey, yeah, I'll be on the lookout for this. So hopefully somebody send it to the Eagles too. But yeah, we just gotta be on the same page, man. Saquon gotta be on his game when it come to blocking. He gotta be on the right plays with Hurts and the O line, knowing who he gonna block or when he gonna run out for routes. And I think we'll be straight, man. Communication, communication, communication. Um, it'll be good to see that we done built off that win from last week. I don't want them to come out there looking dead in the water.
Again.
Especially against the Bucks, because we got let off the hook one time. I doubt if it happened twice.
Right. Right. So that's all we had on this one. We typically don't do score predictions. I ain't never really been big on a score prediction.
Nah.
Uh, but I do feel like we can win this game. Let's put it that way.
Hey,
I
let
feel
me
like
before you get ready to get up out of here. I don't know if was getting ready to talk about something else or not, but how you feel about the CJ stuff? Because there's a lot of people. I've just seen a lot of people making videos and a lot of people making posts talking about how hey bring CJ
yeah,
back.
I'm glad you said that. I'm actually cool on CJ. I like everything. I love everything that he brought to this team when he was on it. But we can't forget the fact that we didn't willingly let him go twice. And the second time he was still owed money from us. So eh, although we know what he bring on the field, he just got annoying, bro. And I'm cool on that. And I ain't even know. Obviously, none of us really knew what was going on in the locker room with the Texans, but it got to the point where they had to let him go again. So I think, especially in this point of the season where we still trying to figure out what we are as a team, we don't need no more distractions. He wasn't here in camp. He wasn't really in camp, so I think at this point, just let him go be with whatever team that need him. I think we cool. And the other part of that is I think we've gotten enough out of Makuba that I don't really miss him, to be honest. Like if this was 23, yeah, bring him back. But I feel like we've learned from the 23 season. We went ahead and picked up Makuba, and are there gonna be growing pains with him? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, he a young guy. He can be brought under the wing, and I think that we should just turn the page on on CJ How you feel about it?
Man, I feel the exact same. I ain't trying to bring him back. I was saying when they let him go, I was like I was good with it. So I definitely ain't trying to bring him back. I think a lot of people feel a type of way about the secondary, especially with having a Dory Jackson out there, and they just like at this point they kind of grasping for straws. They just
Mhm.
because a lot of people just be jumping out the window or whatever. They probably thinking bringing him back now, we could put Coop on the outside. He ain't got to be playing safety, and we could put Coop on the outside, or maybe we could put McCouble in the slot and put Coop on the outside, or whatever. But I ain't trying to bring. I ain't. I'm cool on CJ. Like I don't
Mhm.
think him bringing him back gonna really solve too much in that. And if y'all really watched the games last year, CJ could be a liability in the pass game. I mean, he ain't gonna do I mean he a good vet. He the thing about CJ his upside is taking the ball away. He gonna
Yeah,
take
he a
that
ball
ball
hawk.
away. He gonna take that ball away, but he also gonna give some stuff up too. Not that I mean everybody gonna give something up, but I'm just saying it ain't like CJ was just like a shutdown safety and doggone pass coverage and nothing like that. So I think we just got to, like you said, just keep going through these growing pains with the young boys. We just seen a good bit out of McCool, and he gonna only get better as the season as the season goes. Just like Cuban Quinion did last year. So yeah, I'm good on CJ. He can go to whoever going. Somebody gonna pick him up. There's a
Mhm.
lot of teams out there that need a safety, and then right now a lot of injuries going
Washington
on.
probably gonna
So
pick him up.
I can see them picking him up. I can see them picking him up. But yeah, so um, I'm cool on CJ. I ain't trying to bring him back.
Ronald said, so we went over the first part. He said, I also wanted to know your thoughts about Philly going undefeated. Throughout the whole season, I doubt it. I think it's a real possibility that if we make it through this Bucks game, that we could at least go undefeated into the bye week.
Hell nah, is it ain't too much stuff. I'd be like, bro, that ain't happening. It's it's about zero chance that we go undefeated. We is not going 17-0. That's what people got to wrap their mind around with whether it's the Eagles or whoever. Like even like Green Bay, you see what they clowning Green Bay right now because old buddy said they was going undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
That what it was a defensive lineman or somebody from Green Bay who was saying
It was a tie.
last week, yeah, or somebody I don't know if it was offensive line, defensive line, but somebody basically said that they was who gonna beat us. We looking good right now. I don't see nobody on the schedule. They could beat us, and basically saying they was gonna go 17-0, and they got beat the very next game. We definitely not going 17-0. It's
Nah.
gonna be some. It's too. First of all, we play too many good teams. Then you gotta
And
think
even if we
about
didn't.
you gotta think about injuries, games we just come out there. Division games? People gotta understand that even the Giants could be a hard game. As bad as they look, that's a division opponent. We could go out there and
Mm.
lay egg or something against the Giants or something. You never know. I mean, we did it the 22 season. We got beat by Washington on some crazy stuff.
Last
Um,
year,
yeah, who we lost to last year?
Washington.
Yeah, Washington. We lost to Washington last year on some crazy stuff. Who else we had lost to though?
We had dropped that pass against the Falcons, and then
Yep, yeah, yeah,
the
early. We
Bucks
lost
ran
to the
us through
Falcons
there.
and the Bucks. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely I would go on the limb and say it's 0% chance that we go 17. It's only been done like one time. Like, well, I mean, as far as going to the Super Bowl and all that, but
Right.
as far as just being undefeated in the regular season, that probably only happened what twice?
Once.
The Patriots went undefeated, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't finish the job. But yeah, they went 18. They
No, I
won
mean
18
like
games.
regular. No, I mean like regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
went
what I'm
like
saying.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
went
saying.
like
It's only been
18. They
it's
went
only
like
been
18
one
games.
team. It's only been one team that like won the Super Bowl undefeated. But as far as like regular season, I think it's only been two: the Miami
Yeah.
Dolphins and the Patriots. So
Hmm.
it's like 0% chance that we go undefeated. So
I did
you
feel
can,
I did see a chance of us, like I said, if we make it past this Bucks game going undefeated into the bye. I think that's possible. But outside of that, we're gonna have some slip ups in there.
Yeah, we got to make it past this Bucks game, and that Broncos game ain't gonna be an easy game. I know they kind of looking a little off right now, but they got the horses to make something shake for a game. We got a tough schedule.
Hmm. I'm
For
just
us to be
glad.
going
I'm
forward,
glad that we 3-0, like with
exactly.
the schedule that we had so far.
You see the Ravens then. And if you look at a lot of, I mean, a couple of these teams got easy schedules starting off, and some of them, like the Chargers, look like they whole schedule sweet. But a lot of these teams, like I mean, they did have to play division games early, but hell, they division trash. But it's a lot of the way they done did the schedule this year. It's like everybody, you got to bring your A game early. You see what's going on with the Ravens, what's going on with the Chiefs, and then they got to play each other. So the Ravens and the Ravens and the Chiefs in a position right now where it's like, bro, somebody gonna be
Somebody's season about to be over.
somebody. They season ain't gonna be over, but somebody gonna be down. They gonna be having to play their best ball early to try to like stay in the stuff or
they
whatever.
they in a must win game in week 4.
Yeah, yeah, both of them pretty much in like a must-win game situation. Now, either one of them can lose and still be straight. But it's gonna put a little damper on the season because they both. Well, I ain't gonna say the Chiefs. Well, I guess one of them games, but they both kind of been in games that they could have won or whatever, and they both not playing how they want to. So not only is it gonna hurt you from a number standpoint as far as wins and losses, but like mentally as well. Like
Mhm.
you start down yourself a little bit. Derrick Henry already from I said that last night. I said they can mess around and turn the ball over. I said from a Lamar Jackson, either interception, fumble, or Derrick Henry fumble. Boy, I went in there, was going to sleep. Fumble? I said, boy, fumble, I ain't closed my eyes yet. But but what we was talking about before that?
Going undefeated.
Yeah, going undefeated, but yeah, we ain't going undefeated. And we already spoke on the CJ DJ. I do not want CJ DJ back. I'm good.
Nah, I'm good on that. But to be honest, when I look at the landscape of who's available, I think I'm good with who we got in house at this point. Um, they pretty much ain't nobody cost us the game yet, so I feel like we can win with who we got in house. Maybe we got a chance of them getting better, in this system, at least good enough to be sufficient until we run up against a team that's got like 3 dogs on it now. Like going into the playoffs where Tampa Bay got Evans healthy, Godwin healthy, and Ibuka healthy. Yeah, that's when you gonna need to have you gotta you gotta eat your Wheaties that day. But
Sure.
until then, I think we'll be straight.
Yeah, it's something, and then even then, bro, it's something to say to anybody can be beat because even regardless, like they got great wide receivers, but if they don't come out and play their best ball today, hey, they going home.
Mhm.
So it ain't too many teams where like secondary wise you don't really see no weaknesses like we had last year. So you gotta think about all these teams that over the last few years that's won Super Bowls. They ain't just had like all dang near, kind of lockdown DBs in a
Right.
secondary and stuff. Kind of like not that everybody was locked down last year, but we had like great enough DB play last year. It was like when that one really going, especially in the playoffs. So now if you look at all the other teams over the years, they haven't even had that. So I mean that's not something you necessarily gotta have. Everybody's just gotta be playing their best game on that day.
Mhm.
And by us having like the team that we have and Fangio, it's no doubt in my mind that you know he gonna get them boys right and put everybody in a position that they need to be in. They just gotta execute.
Facts, man. I'm ready for this one. This is gonna be another good test for the birds, and I'm looking forward to seeing them pass it.
What time we play? It's a 1 o'clock
I was
game.
just I was just about to ask you that. Was this a 1 o'clock game? Let me see. Eagles. Yep, another 1 o'clocker.
Oh yeah, we about to get on this boys head.
Our next two games at 1.
Dang.
Yep, another 1 o'clocker. So this probably gonna be one that we stream on primetime sports, especially with it being 2 3-0 teams. Probably
You doggone right.
one of the biggest matchups of that 1 o'clock block. So uh y'all be ready for that. So we'll be right back here for primetime sports on Thursday. I believe it's the Seahawks and the Cardinals. So it'll be our first time seeing the Seahawks this year. Cardinals ain't really doing too hot. They just lost Connor, their running back for the year. So we gotta see how that.
No.
Yeah, he gone for the year. Out with like a foot injury or something like that. James Conner.
Man, he been around for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yep, got his start with the Steelers and
Yep.
got off there, and he been getting off ever since he's been with the Cardinals.
Yep.
So that this will be our first look at really both squads. Kyler Murray and Cardinals and old
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks.
Two teams I want to get a look at anyway. I want to see it's been a minute since I watched Kyler Murray. And it'll be great to see what the Seattle got this year because I've seen a lot of people kind of talking good about him. So
That defense ain't to be played with.
Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got a unit over there. But yeah, that's all we had for this one. We wanted to break down what we're gonna expect from this 1 o'clock matchup between two NFC giants early in the season. So we'll see who gonna get their first L and who gonna get to remain undefeated. So this has been another dope episode of the Down South Philly Show, brought to you by the Sports Lounge Media. Make sure you go hit that sub button, share this live out. If you're watching this on replay, hit us with a replay and drop your score prediction in here. But until next time, go Birds.
And then the great word is DP. It may be buzz on some of you mugs, but it ain't no buzz on me. Go Birds!